Couple storms tonight, scattered rain tomorrow afternoon, and then a nice break in humidity for the middle of the week. So a lot of us looking forward to that at least. It'll still be hot, but less muggy. I think most of us will take it. And then we are expecting some rain around for next weekend, and that will bring our temperatures down to probably about average, maybe even a little below average for this point in the year. But wow, this weekend has been so hot and steamy. We're now at 87 at Kenner, and we mostly have 80s or lower 90s, but our feels like temperature, oh my, is still stuck at 110 at the lakefront and 101 at Kenner, and pretty close to that as well at Slidell and Mandeville. And we have some middle to upper 90s for feels like off to the southwest for those of you around Thibodaux and Houma. And then we have this feature, this surface front, which will move in tomorrow. And in the meantime, it's sending out, or out ahead of it, have these storms formed and are moving to the south. So big severe thunderstorm watch is out around Jackson. Doesn't quite extend into our area, but the tentative timeline, some of these have been really moving very fast. So our tentative timeline is toward maybe midnight. Some models are still showing about 1 or 2 a.m. that we could get some brief rain. Tonight, we officially have north of the lake that low-end risk of a severe storm or two, mainly high wind gusts, maybe a little small hail with a few of those storms. And then for tomorrow, our western side has about a low marginal level 1 out of 5 risk for a couple of severe storms as well. So our high-resolution model is showing this. It's a little slow, I think, but this shows by about 2 a.m. some rain north of the lake. Now, these showers and storms should be weakening as they move into our area. So we're not necessarily looking for a lot of really strong thunderstorm action, but some of you might get some rain north of the lake. It kind of breaks up, though, as you can see farther south of Lake Pontchartrain. And then this is tomorrow. You can see 7 a.m., pretty quiet start to the day. But look at this. We may see a repeat of some of these storms filtering in as this front actually arrives. So this could be noon. We'll fast forward to the afternoon. Some pretty heavy storms, but they will be moving fast. So these will be sweeping across our area north to south. And then some models are showing by 4 and 5 p.m. we may already be finished with the rain, and then the front continues south, and we are expecting that drier feel to the air for the middle of the week. Our humidity forecast, the tans and browns have been showing filtering in that drier air, so our dew points may drop from where they've been in the 70s into the 60s. So not the hugest difference, but I think it will be enough to make at least a noticeable feel in that humidity. We'll see some models have kind of been scraping the upper 50s for some North Shore spots with dew points. That would really be something. Not every model is showing that, though. Upper pattern toward the end of the week. You can see what may happen here. A little low breaks off from that trough to our north, and that may settle near us. That could enhance the rain chance, provide a little more lift, and our moisture will likely be returning at that point. So that's why we're expecting at least some scattered rain for Friday and into next weekend. And in the tropics, we continue this week with no tropical threats for South Louisiana, which is great. Another week of that, I think we'll take it. Ernesto is still out in the Atlantic. It's back to a hurricane. It dropped to a tropical storm after its landfall in Bermuda early Saturday as a Category 1. Now it's back to Category 1, but as it moves into these cooler waters, it's likely going to transition to an extratropical system. So that's why it may only be a hurricane maybe or a tropical system for another day or so. And then you can see still a decent storm system, but no longer tropical once it reaches those cooler northern Atlantic waters. So that's the only tropics feature that we have to talk about this week as far as any development. We're just not really expecting it for at least the next 7 days. Our forecast shows the midweek time frame still hot, still mid-90s, but the break in humidity should feel good. And then by the end of the week with that rain, our temperatures come down to about 90 for highs. So a little break in the heat thanks to the clouds and rain.